what is your name and what kind of business do you have?
Julien Devisse, a marine construction company and a marine engineering company.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about how it's been working, with me and kind of what you have gotten out of it?
We've been open for a year and a half, relatively successful, but the issues with that is there's no real guidance, procedures, setups, and I'm basically doing multiple jobs, a lot of jobs and stuff that I probably shouldn't be doing. And all our talks have really opened up, the importance of getting these procedures in. Not only that they need to be in, but how to do them, the most efficient way to do them. And I also realize that I'm not the person to do some of these procedures, and that I do need help with this. And by just putting it off, it's never going to happen. And so to address this stuff, whether it's bringing someone on to help, or just kind of delegating with our existing folks in house, it's stuff that's important, that needs to be done, and that gets the business really organized.
So before working, how was together with me? How was your situation before?
Um, it was positive overall, but I had long-term goals with no real way or idea of how to get there, and that was the biggest challenge, because it seemed like every internal meeting we were having the same questions. Okay, we really want to get here, and it was just the same conversation. Okay, let's keep working hard to get there, and there was just no real follow through or guidance, really, or way to get there.
Got it. And what were you unable to do that you wish you could, and what negative impact did that have on others around you?
Yeah, well, I would say for the team, they want guidelines, and they don't want to show up every day and just kind of go through the motions. So, because when everyone's more efficient, I mean, the reality is, money flows, downhill, and so they understand that the smoother things are, the more money the company is making overall. Their bonuses are bigger, raises. The general atmosphere is much happier when everything is smooth, and everyone's doing well and they know they're doing well. Accountability and just being able to track performance and everything. It makes everything better.
What were your thoughts about going through the process when we initially spoke, and maybe what were some of your hesitations
D-
or doubts?
Definitely. I've always heard business coach, and yeah, I mean, I kind of roll my eyes at that. It's, what does that really mean? What do they do? I've seen in the past, folks not really be able to differentiate what the business coach is telling them, and so it's kind of had a negative effect on the business. Um, and so, yeah, the reality is, you know, business processes are very similar. The technical stuff is different, but getting more organized. I mean, all that sort of stuff, accountability. I mean, that's never a bad thing.
And where are you at now, after going through the process, and what are you able to do that you couldn't do before?
I would say it's still a work in progress. Again, for me, the biggest thing was realizing that I'm doing too much, and which is great in terms of how much stuff we get done, but how much stuff I'm not doing well because of that. And so again, just the guidelines and realizing that I do need help, and being able to delegate, and just getting more organized. I'll still be working the same amount, but the quality will be much better, and surrounding myself with people that are experts at the stuff that I was just trying to get done, because I had no choice.
What positive impact has this had on you, or the team, or anyone
Yeah,
else?
yeah, definitely just goals. Uh, Again, we're just kind of running around. Let's just keep getting work. Let's just keep growing. And that was pretty much the gist of it. Now it's, well, how do we get there? What's the step? Do we need to take a chance and hire someone and see how much they help? And the answer is yes. I mean, it's just very valuable to step outside your comfort zone, try these things. Without those ideas, I wouldn't have even thought about trying those things. Whether they end up working or not, at least I know, and I know that I need to have a plan to get where we want to be.
And what would you say to someone that is hesitant about working with me, or hesitant about taking the next step? What would you tell them?
No, there's just no downside. Um, Thought-provoking questions, easily looking, or hearing from what you're going through, and being very easily able to identify, this is what you could help with. And what's so great about Maritza is that she really does care. It's not just a one-stop shop, and so it's more than just checking off these boxes that businesses need to be efficient and this and that. It's specific to your business, and at the end of the day, I mean, what could it possibly hurt to talk to someone? You're gonna get some thought-provoking questions. You're gonna get a better idea of how to reach your goals. Worst case, you have someone just to talk to and kind of talk about everything at work and how to make it better. So there's no reason not to.
Anything else that you'd like to add?
Just that how thankful I am. It has given me a lot to think about, and I just feel better, I guess, overall. It just kind of felt like a chicken with its head cut off, and things were going great, but just very unorganized. And I'm not a very unorganized person myself, but I can see how to get there now, and just identifying, should I be doing this, should I not? And again, the biggest thing is how much you cared. How much that helped a lot for me, because speaking to people that I can tell are either just in it for the money or just kind of generic. Hey, here's your 10 things you need to do. Check these off and come back to me. That just doesn't work for me. So the connection, all of that, it goes a long way, and it really helps.